Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series, we are going to be starting a brand new unit today on your working life. How you talk about what you do when you meet someone for the very first time. We're going to be dealing with lots of things. I'll go over it in just a minute. First, a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means, let me turn the slide here. That means, when you're not speaking, please turn off your microphone, just so we can keep the classroom quiet. When you are speaking, I want you to tune into the new words, use them as actively as you can so I can correct you. Finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. By the way, don't forget to follow me on Verbling so you can see when my upcoming classes are going to happen, and you can, of course, find me on other social networks as well. So that is a little bit about me. Let me just get the material on screen for you, and we will get started. So first of all, let me just say a quick hello to everyone. We got some people coming in, so we'll give them a few minutes. But let's say welcome back to Aika. Right, it's Aika, right? Hello, Aika. How are you?
Hello, John Eric. Good, thank you. How are you?
Aika from Slovenia, isn't it?
Slovakia.
Slovakia. It's almost the same thing. It's close.
Not so close. There is a Hungary between.
Yeah, there's
but
that.
In Europe, is everything close. You are right.
There's that, but at least I got the right continent, so that's a start. Okay, welcome back, Sergio and Rebecca. Nice to see you. And hello, and Jose, you're a new face. I haven't seen you before. Hello, Jose. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
And where are you from, Jose?
Spain.
Spain is big. Where in Spain?
In the north of Spain, in Santander, near to the Basque Country.
Santander. It's my bank, Santander. I have your bank. And let's say hello to Anton. Welcome back, Anton, as well. Oh, goodbye, Anton. Anton will be back. He's having some connection problems. This is what our material looks like. So you know you're in the right place when you see that graphic. Remember, the material is always under the Verbling window. I put it in the chat window for you as well. And I'll put it on the group chat in case you don't see it. So let's put it there in the group chat for you. Okay? When you open it up, you'll see this. And let us go to a brand new unit. So let's go. Oh, sorry, that's totally wrong. Let me update this. My fault. There we go. First class of the new unit. Just quickly, I want to just say some things we'll be doing. You'll be talking about the language. You'll be using the language you need when you meet people in a professional context. As I mentioned in the last class, I've simplified this a little bit. I've made it just a little bit easier because we were getting close to the advanced level, and there's lots and lots of vocabulary. I thought it'd be good to simplify things just a little bit. So I'm bringing us down a level and giving you more opportunities to speak. So material's a bit simpler, but you'll have more speaking. What will you be talking about? Well, likes and dislikes about your job, reasons why for those. You'll be talking about your responsibilities. You'll be responding to others and showing interest. And in the final class in this series, around class 8, roughly class 8 or 9, you'll be doing a kind of a speed dating exercise. You're not looking for a date. You're going to be networking in a very intense way. where you have to do something like, kind of like a chat roulette. You've got to present yourself and win people over to work with you by presenting your professional profile in a very quick way. You've got 2 minutes to do it. But we won't do that until we've gone through all of the other vocabulary and you've had lots of practice, because then you'll be able to do it. So we're working up to that final activity. Okay? So right now we just have one piece of material, presentation 1. Let's open it up and let's get started. Okay? It's going to load. And so what I want to know, just to begin, it's always good to start by talking about the theme. So what I want to know is, take a look. Oh, this picture is probably the worst picture we've ever had for a theme. It doesn't really have anything to do with it. Maybe it does. I was going to say, what does this picture have to do with the theme of working life? But you know what? It doesn't have a whole lot to do with it at all, does it? Maybe we're going to skip the picture because it's a little bit weird. By the way, do you know where that picture is? Have you seen that with your own eyes? Does anyone know where that picture is?
For me, I don't know. I'm not sure, but it looks like maybe a subway station.
Looks like it. Do you know where it is? Rebecca, you were in London the other time, like last week or last month or whenever it was, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm living actually in London.
Oh, right. So isn't that the Tube in London?
Well, it could be. I don't know. There are a lot of how do you call the place to get the no
Stations.
station? I know station, but we have a word in Spain for that. You know, it's mouth.
What's the word?
We say boca del metro. You know, it's like then.
Oh, not the boca, the entrance, I guess.
Yes, the entrance. So, do you have a word, a specific word for that in English?
Yes, the word is entrance.
Okay, entrance. Okay, wow. Okay.
I can't think of another word.
Yeah. So it could, yes. Well, it could be. I don't know.
I thought it was the Tube because it has kind of a round, you know, like a round door when you're going in. But maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was London. As you can see, I haven't been to London in a very long time, and I don't think I was ever in the metro, so I don't know. But okay, we're going to skip that because it's a little bit too vague. We're going to start by talking about your responsibilities. So let's start with a little bit of brainstorming. Take a look at this list, everyone. Which things in this list are the most or least important for you in a job? I want you to read the list to yourself first. I'd like you to pick maybe 3 out of that list. Maybe give the top 2 and the last one. And when you present it, I'll help you organize how you're going to talk about it. Okay, I can give you a quick example. Let's imagine that I'm going to go in order. I'm going to say money is the most important, job satisfaction is the second most important, and training is the least important. Let's imagine that's what I'm going to say. I would probably say something like, well, to begin with, because I want to show you the most important thing. Well, to begin with, money is the most important thing because no one works for free. But beyond that, now I'm going to use a word that means and, a synonym. I call these other synonym words, I call them connectors. Like instead of and, I could say beyond that, I could say additionally, I could say also, I could say furthermore, I could say what's more. So it's a good place to put an and connector. I could say, well, to begin with, money is the most important thing, but beyond that, you've got to really like your job. But money comes first for me. The least important thing in the list is training. Okay, so that's just a quick example. And for the vocabulary, you're going to see the keywords I'm going to list them on page 4. As I give you suggestions and give you other words, I'm going to add them here. So we have a few connectors you can use. The starter I used was, whoops, first of all, to begin with, the and word that I used was beyond that, or secondly, something like that. And the conclusion word, no, I didn't look at a conclusion word. I said the least important. So the sequence word or sequencer that I use to give a sequence, the least important. And I could even say, oh, sorry, it's not spelled right because I'm trying to speak and type. I could also say last but not least. I could say finally, lastly, last but not least. Okay? You can use the same connectors or you could use ones of your own. Let's go around the room and give a few answers, okay? Aika, let's start with you. Have you had a chance to look through the list?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, so go for it. A quick 20-second presentation about your 3 most and least important.
First of all, the most important thing is job satisfaction and professional development.
Right?
Because I think if I am satisfied with job, I am happy to do this. Then job security is also very important. If I don't have to worry about my job, I can do my task very
How?
easy.
Easy or well?
Well.
I think so. It's a better word. Well, because you feel secure. Okay, jump down to your least important.
My least important is free time.
Really? Oh my God.
I don't know.
Are you a workaholic?
All of them are important.
It's true. It's relative. 2 suggestions, Aika. 2 suggestions about English. First, when you generalize, you can just say you rather than I. Because earlier you said, I think when I am satisfied, but you should have said, I think when you are satisfied. You don't mean me. You mean everybody. So it's good to use you if you're generalizing. And there was another thing too, and now I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. When you're saying the least important thing, you're guessing because there's not, it's hard to say one particular thing. You're kind of guessing, speculating, right, Aika? So instead of saying the least important is, what should you say to show that you're speculating? Not is, because that's indicative, that's for facts. You need to use the subjunctive, which is for wish, desire, possibility. What should you say instead of is? The least important is? No. The least important, use a conditional word. The least important. You with me, Aika?
Yes, I'm thinking about.
Think about conditionals. If I won the lottery, what's the conditional word? What's when you finish that sentence? If I won the lottery, exactly. That's what you need. So instead of saying the least important is free time, it should be the least important would
be
free time.
Free time.
it sounds better because it shows that there's a little bit of doubt, or that you're guessing, or that you're speculating. Okay, just two quick things to remember. Okay, so
Okay.
generalize with you and use conditional words, the subjunctive as we call it, to when you're not sure or you want to speculate. Okay, very good. Anton, how does that compare with your ideas? Do you agree, or is it the same for you, what Aika said? She said it was job satisfaction first, and then it was job security, and the least important was free time out of that list.
Yeah,
Same for you or different?
I very appreciate job satisfaction, but free time for me in the second place, because in the free time I have a time for self-development, and on third place it's career opportunities.
Go down to the last one. What's the least important?
Least important is career opportunities.
Least important is career opportunities. Interesting. Don't you want to move up the corporate ladder, Anton? Don't you want to move up and become the CEO?
Well, actually, I want to be self-employed, and my target is to be a boss in a small company. I don't like big corporations with such structure, like where
Like what?
I don't know how to say it.
That's what I'm here for. You say it wrong, and then I correct you, and you learn. So say it in the way you want to, and then I'll fix it.
I'm talking about organization structure. When you have when it becomes a big bureaucratic machine.
A big bureaucracy.
A big bureaucracy, yeah.
Okay, I agree with you. It's not so fun to get lost in a big bureaucracy. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So take a look also in the chat window. I'm putting a few notes as we go along. Anton, instead of saying target, here it would be goal. Target is what a goal is made of. In English, we would say, your goal has 5 targets. If you meet those targets, you've reached the goal. So target is more specific, goal is more general. Okay, and you can see the word bureaucracy too, as well. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let's see if we can get an answer from each of you. Okay, so I'm going to limit you to 3 criteria, 2 good, 1 bad. Okay, think about those connectors as well. Try to actively use a starter, an and word if you can, and a sequencer. You don't have to use these particular ones. You could use others, but think about those. All right? So let's go to Mr. Jose number 2, Jose Sestra.
Yes.
No, the other Jose first. Then you,
okay.
Jose. Mr. Jose, our new Jose, Jose Sestra. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like you to give your answer. You can compare and contrast with Anton and Aika if you like.
I think the most important is your satisfaction than the others. In second place, career opportunities, and finally the money. This is my top 3.
Okay, and why is career opportunities second? Why is it even on the list? Some people would say that's not the most important thing. Why do you put that in the list?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, why career opportunities? Why is that important? And it's and like recognition is not important.
If I can choose only 3,
Yeah, that's
the
right.
first, job satisfaction. because if you are happy in the job, the rest doesn't matter.
Okay, fine, fine. So, and what do you think? What's the criteria for being satisfied at the job? What does the job need for us to be satisfied?
Uh, a good environment, good partners of work, and not a stressful environment. This is my opinion about satisfaction.
Okay, good, good. By the way, just note on pronunciation. Good with a d at the end. Good.
Okay,
Say that for me. Good.
good.
That's it. Because it sounded like the D was too open. Same here in Portugal. They say a th instead of a d at times. So in the north of Spain and Galicia as well, it's got that same sound. But for us, it's really a hard sound. Good. And also one other word, job, with a d, j together. Job.
Job.
J,
Job.
j, j.
Job.
That's it. That was it. Very good. That's it. Okay, and stress is a good reason to mention. It's very easy to underestimate stress. Okay? And Jose number 1, our original Jose.
Yes, John. For me, first of all, the most important thing will be money. Will be money. Secondly, will be job satisfaction and professional development. And the last one will be variety.
Would be what?
Variety.
Variety.
Sorry?
Slow it down.
Ver.
I. There you go. Variety.
Variety.
Almost. You gotta say the ver.
Variety.
Almost. Wait. Vari. That's it.
Variety.
Good.
Variety. Okay.
Interesting. Why do you put that last? Interesting. Why variety is last for you?
For me, variety is the last one because in my job I'm a teacher. I don't have any variety. I teach all the time. Okay, I enjoy about the teaching.
Okay, so what you're saying is,
yes,
if you like the job,
yes,
you can just do that job. You don't really need to have a lot of changes go on. It's okay if you like it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. For me, it's indifferent. I think it's not important to have variety.
You could say it like this: not as important.
Not as important.
Yeah, because there you're making a comparison. Like when two things are equal, we say as good as dark as. Here, you're saying that they are not equal, but because it's about equality, it's still as. So the negative is not as important.
Not as important.
That's a good little trick.
Than another one.
Yeah, exactly. Not as important as other features that we've mentioned.
Okay.
And look in the chat window too. Variety.
Variety. Okay.
That's it. Okay, very good. And what about the rest of you? I don't. Maybe we don't have time to give an answer for each of you because it's going to go on a little long. But I'm just curious about what the rest of you think. Maybe you could compare Jose's answer with your answer. So he says variety is the least important thing. How do you think? Go ahead, Rebecca.
For me,
Oh,
variety would be one of the most important as well. You know, I don't want to work in a boring job every day. So that would be one of the points. But of course, first of all, it would be money. You know, the most important.
yeah, I forgot to mention that. Jose said money as well.
Yeah, money is the reason to get up every day. Just that. You know.
I could disagree with you more, Rebecca.
Well, otherwise I could stay at home every day, enjoy my things. But you know, if you want to go to job, it's because you want to get a good amount of money.
Rebecca, I do stay at home every day.
Well, me too. I'm working at home. Yeah, you know. Well, it's a metaphor, you know, and you know what I mean. Well, okay, it's not the most important in life, but you know, you need money to live, so it's important.
You do. And if you don't need money, or you don't care about it, you become a freelance English teacher. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
And
So,
Roberto, do you agree with Rebecca that ultimately it's if we can't fool ourselves? The most important thing is always money. Do you agree with her, Rebecca?
No,
Roberto.
Roberto. Yes, I think I don't believe money is the most important thing
Not in life, but in work.
in work. I think it's important, of course, but
yes, sorry, that is my, yes, in work, not in life.
Mhm.
Good.
Go ahead, Roberto.
yes, I think it's important, but not the most important thing.
Mhm.
Money.
What is the most important thing for
me,
you
it's
in this list?
job security.
Job security. That's interesting.
Yes.
No one else has said that. Why is that the most important thing?
Because, for example, if you are 40 years old and you have two sons and the boss fire you, it's a big problem. You have no kids, o sea, it's no problem. You can search other job. But if with kids and at 40 or maybe or older, it's a big problem, a pressure.
I don't have any kids. If I got fired, I'd be I'd be in pretty bad shape. I don't know if it's just but you're right. If you have kids, it's suddenly really serious, isn't it? There's no joking. Roberta, one thing you could say here is instead of search, we don't really search for jobs. Do you know what we do? There's a word that's very similar, but it's not search.
Look for.
You could say look. You could say look for.
Look for is better than search.
It's better, yeah, and also seek.
Okay.
We seek jobs. We look for jobs or we seek jobs. We don't search for jobs because jobs are not found underneath the bed or behind the couch. That's I'm searching for my keys. It sounds, if you say search, it sounds like you're physically looking around. But seek is more metaphorical, more virtual. I'm a job seeker, we say. Okay, very good. Okay, let's go on. Well, let me give Sergio and Sylvia a chance as well. Okay, so Sergio and Sylvia, what do you think? The most and least important for you? Ladies first.
Okay.
Please.
I think that the most important one is money, of course, because it's a work. So let's clarify, I'm not working now, so it's only an hypothetical one. For me, it will be money and career opportunities.
Will be or would be?
Would be.
Would be. Okay, I thought you said will. Okay, go ahead.
And the less important thing, I think...
less or least?
Least.
Right, okay.
Least important one, it will be training, I think.
Why is that?
Because I can gain, I can learn also with that job without doing training.
So so you mean just your experience of working
Yes.
that will teach you. You don't feel that training is really essential. Yeah?
Yes.
Interesting. Are you thinking only about architecture, or are you thinking generally? Are you talking about just your field?
Yes, I'm thinking about my field. Maybe
Hmm.
if I change field, yes, of course I need a training before.
But do you think it's possible to be out there in the field, in the architectural field, and I mean, is there on-the-job training for architects? Do they get training at work?
Yes, when they change program,
Oh, I
but
see. Like using a different software.
yes,
Ah, I see.
but when you know one, they are really similar, so it's not so fundamental for me. Take a training to learn a different program because they are all similar. So after 1 or 2 days, it's okay.
Okay, very good. By the way, we don't really take a training. What do we do? We don't take a training.
Have a training?
It's better. You could say have or do, because
Do a training.
not do a training, but do training or do a course. Not a, because it's you're speaking in general, so it's not any training, but it's to do training. To have training is okay, or just to get training, or to do a course. But I say do rather than take. I guess I should say it like this. If you say take, it's got to be take something specific. Take a course is more specific than training. Say training, it's do training or have training. The collocation is take a course, take a class, do training, have training, or go to school or go to a vocational center or something like that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you've got to use a more specific word if you say take.
Okay.
All right? Okay. And last but not least, Mr. Sergio.
Well, that's a really interesting question.
Why is that?
Yeah, because when I was younger than I now, I always think that money would be the first thing more important for me. But after some years working, I realized that job satisfaction and professional development, as well as career opportunities, are for me the best thing because money, job security, free time as well sometimes are consequence when you have both these first thing uh, done or developed. And I would say like the last but not least important, um, recognition is of course is a fuel for motivation in job. Yes, I would say that.
Motivation. So it's sorry, what is the motivation? I didn't catch the first part.
No, I said the recognition is a fuel.
Recognition. Recognition.
Recognition
Not
is
cog. But wait, careful. Not cog.
recognition.
Good. You don't even say the G. The G is we just swallow it. Recognition. It's such a very soft sound you don't even hear it. Recognition. Recognition.
Recognition.
So if you have recognition, that's a motivator or an incentive to do better. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Earlier, just a little feedback. Earlier you said consequence. In the chat window, I wrote a little note there. another way to say consequence without using a Latin verb, because in English we like to avoid Latin sounding verbs. It's, for some reason. For us, they have too many different meanings. You could say, those things will follow, or those things will come. If you have recognition, it's a motivator. I don't remember exactly what you were saying now. I forgot the exact thing you were saying about consequence. But you said if you have those things, the others will be a consequence. The others will follow, or they'll follow naturally. They will follow. Rather than using the word consequence, which sounds a little bit fancy. It's nothing wrong with it, but but that's more formal. Also, another quick note about English here. In Portuguese or Spanish or Latin languages, you say para mí, para mí, por mí, but in English we say to me, usually. To me.
Okay, to me.
Right. And we put it at the end of the sentence, not the beginning. It's kind of important. Prepositions usually go at the end. They usually don't go in the beginning. Usually. So you're talking about, so for placement, you would say, well, I don't know, recognition is the most important thing to me, which means in my opinion. If you say for me, it means someone's doing a service for you. Someone's doing something for you. So they're not exactly the same. So to me is when you give an opinion. To me.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Just a quick question for the group. What did you want to be when you grew up? When you were a child? What did you dream about doing? Anton, what did you dream about? You wanted to be an astronaut, am I right? Anton?
Yeah, kind of.
I knew it. Where did you grow up?
I'm sorry?
Where did you grow up?
Oh, I grew up in Kazakhstan.
That's what I thought. And there's all kinds of space stuff in Kazakhstan, right? They launch, or not launch, but do they do launches from Kazakhstan?
I'm sorry, what?
They launch spaceships.
Yeah, they launched a spaceship from Kazakhstan. It's Baikonur special territory where they launch.
And so, are you an astronaut today?
No, it was just a dream.
So what happened? Why didn't you become an astronaut?
Well,
what happened to your dream, Anton?
I was in different conditions.
Different conditions? Okay. Conditions. I don't know what that means.
Condition.
What do you mean by conditions? If I say conditions, usually, for example, we might say in English, the work conditions at this company are deplorable. That means that the walls are falling down, there's no computers.
I mean life conditions.
So do you mean opportunities?
Yeah, I had no opportunities to
okay.
be an astronaut.
To be an astronaut, okay. And maybe it's for the best, because you know what, Anton?
It's for the best.
Maybe it's for the best. Space is a scary place. Space is a scary place. Anything can happen out there, Anton. You're much safer down here. So I think you made the right decision. My opinion. And what about you, Aika? Did you want to be an astronaut when you grew up? I think you did. Aika, what did you want to be? Aika, are you there? Hello, Aika?
Hello?
Oh,
Can
there
you
you
hear
are.
me? Okay. I wanted to be a travel agent or traveler.
A travel agent or travel what?
Traveler. To
Traveler.
travel.
Oh.
So because I thought I can travel all around the world
Uh-huh.
and see different countries, have all everyday vacation or holiday. So
And how did that work out for you?
I travel a lot, but it's not anymore my dream.
Ah, so what changed?
I'm sorry.
And so what changed?
I don't know. I became an engineer, so I'm not in travel industry, or I don't know. It just changed.
It just changed.
Yes.
It just changed. Interesting. Do you think, let's see, class, do you think that, do you think that you hold on to your childhood dreams all your life? Or do you think we have a term to grow out of? Or do you think we all just sort of grow out of these dreams? Because I think that the things that I wanted to do, in a way I've done them, or am doing them, although not in the way that I expected. What do the rest of you feel, class? Do you think
Grow up from there?
you think we grow up and move on? Yeah?
Yes.
Interesting. What about the rest of you? Jose? Jose 2. Jose, what was your name? Your last name was Sestra?
Yes.
Sastra. What about you? What do you think? Do we hold on to our childhood dreams, or do we grow out of them as we get older?
I don't know. When I was younger, my dream was will be a police inspector or a soldier.
A
But
soldier or a police officer, you mean?
not officially police inspector. The people who search in the streets evidence of a
Ah, not an inspector. You mean an investigator? Investigator.
yes. Like as Colombo. You know Colombo?
Columbo. Peter Falk. How could you miss him?
And
The guy with the funny eye, Columbo.
Colombo
He was missing an eye. You know that?
yes.
He had a glass eye. He always talked like this, Columbo. Well, I don't know the mystery, but I'm going to annoy all of you with my accent. I'm going to talk like this. So, you did not become Columbo, did you, Jose?
I studied and my dreams explode, disappear.
Oh my God. And so what happened? Was the world different than you expected? Or did you just...
Yeah, because here in Spain you need pass an exam and you need a lot of time to study, and if you need money to live, the quickly solution is find other job.
Exactly. That's the trap of life.
Yeah.
I know the feeling. Although I can say that at least in Spain and Europe, the university doesn't cost what it costs in America, because we are forced to get jobs even while we're in school. There's just no way around it. It's so expensive, it's unimaginable. And it's only just starting to change because there's a lot of people very upset. And I got into that problem as well. It's really, really expensive, unimaginably expensive. $20,000, $30,000 a year. And no kid, no 19, 18-year-old kid has that kind of money. Well, if you do, fine, but most people don't. Well, let's get a little bit of extra vocabulary. We've talked about these things a little bit, and a good way to get vocabulary is to compare our situations to another. So I've got a situation for you to look at. We're going to look at someone who probably lived his childhood dream. And we've got some good vocabulary words to help you describe your dreams. Okay? So you might recognize what's going on here. Does everyone know what that picture is of? Roberto, what is that thing in the picture? Do you know? Without even reading the text. What do you see in the pictures?
Okay, in the picture there is an astronaut with other people. I think he has just land,
Just landed.
just landed, and there is another picture that shows I think a spacecraft or satellite with solar panels.
That's true. Does anyone recognize that second picture? Does anyone recognize it?
ISS.
The ISS, which
Station.
means
International Space Station.
the International Space Station in low Earth orbit. So you can imagine what just happened to this guy. You're right. He landed. He's giving the thumbs up. So let's find out about him, shall we? Let's read. This is short, but it's got some good vocabulary. Okay. So Jose, you take. There's like 3 paragraphs. You take the first one for us, please, Mr. Jose number 2. Jose number 2 is. I don't know any of your last names. It's Jose. Is it Oshando or Ocando? How do I say your last name?
Yes. I have to read the first paragraph, John?
You don't have to, but I'd like you to.
Yes.
Take the first.
The first. Working on the ISS International Space Station is every astronaut's dream. Life on board may sound glamorous to some people, but conditions can be uncomfortable and we have a demanding schedule. We work 10-hour days and have 1.5 days off. Although when you live in your office, it's hard to separate on duty and off duty.
Good. Just 2 words you have to repeat.
Okay.
When you live.
When you live.
Right. There's live and live, and they're spelled the same.
Live.
So here it's live. And the second word is uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
That's it.
Uncomfortable.
So we don't say the 4. We take it out. We say uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Good. So there's a whole group of words where we drop a syllable, but that's the most important because it's the highest frequency word. Comfortable, uncomfortable. All right, very good. So let's see. Rebecca, can you take the second for us?
Did you say Roberto or Rebecca?
I said Rebecca.
Okay. Yeah, because I understood Roberto, sorry. Okay, the second paragraph. Our tastes are quite varied. We do a range of different scientific experiments, but we also have to perform routine maintenance and regular safety checks, like cleaning the air filter and inspecting our emergency equipment. We exercise twice a day. If you don't, your muscles just disappear in the weightless conditions.
By the way, if you see astronauts that come back after a long period in space, even if they exercise, they still lose their muscles and their bone density as well. So being in space has really bad effects on the body, among other things. So it takes them a long time to recover that, actually. So it's something that people didn't know about. All that exercise, and it almost doesn't help. You need gravity. Without gravity, you lose your muscles really quickly. It's really interesting, actually. Sorry, that's an aside. Sorry. Let's see, who's next? Sylvia, want to take the last one for us?
Yes. Life is never dull, but you can feel lonely up here, away from friends and family. The work can also be stressful, so in my free time I relax by writing and answering emails. I also love taking photos of the views from up here. It's fun to watch stars as they rise through the atmosphere.
Okay, good. 2 words to repeat. The first word is dole.
Dole.
Not duel, but dole. Oh, dole.
Dole. What's
And
the meaning?
Dull. We're going to find out in just a second, actually. But you can probably guess from the sentence. Life is never dull. You can probably guess, but we'll get to it in just a second. But
Okay.
the other word was emails.
Emails.
Not emails, but emails. First syllable.
Emails.
Right. The stress is not on the second syllable in emails, it's on the first. You're absolutely right to ask about dull, because what I want here is for you to have a list of descriptive words you can use to talk about work. So let's pick apart the text. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oops, sorry. Okay, we're going to do the next part tomorrow. Let's pick apart the text, and I want you to tell me one word that can describe your job, whether positive or negative. So let's start with you, Sylvia. Dull is going to be your word. Is it positive or negative? Dull. What do you think?
Negative.
Yeah, you're right. It is a negative word. Now look at that.
I think it's the opposite of easy.
Not exactly easy. Life is never dull, but you can feel lonely up here away from friends and family. Life is never dull. That would be life is never easy. It's not the same. It's not exactly the same. Let's see if we can get another opinion. Class, what do you think a synonym of dull could be?
Boring.
Boring.
Boring. Yeah, dull means boring.
Unstirring.
So if it's never boring, Sylvia, what is it? If it's never boring, what is it, Sylvia? Life is... So what's the opposite of boring?
It's all interesting.
Yeah, interesting is okay. I need a stronger word, though. Interesting is still kind of mild. Boring is pretty negative. Dull is pretty negative. What's a good positive word that means the opposite? Strong. Exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah, yes,
Amazing. Yeah. Life is amazing. Life is exciting. Or I could probably say life is really busy. Because here, dull probably means that you're not doing anything different. Here, you're constantly doing different things. So it's never dull. So exciting. Could be amazing too. It could work. Okay. So we got dull as a key word. And Roberto, give us one besides dull.
Sorry?
Give us, yeah, let's try to pick out the adjectives from this paragraph, from these paragraphs, the ones we can use to describe work. Dull can be used. What's another good adjective from this list? Not a list, from this text.
A positive adjective, you say.
Either positive or negative, doesn't matter. I just want us to identify the descriptive words, ones that we can use in our own descriptions. So, a job can be dull. What else can a job can be? And look through the text. See what words jump out at you.
Maybe the work can be lonely. Maybe.
Lonely. Could be. Yeah. Could be. You could be working independently, and that could get lonely. So it's a descriptive word. We'll go with it. Okay. And Mr. Anton, what else jumps out at you from this text? Another descriptive word.
Well, it's the last sentence of first paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to separate on duty and off duty.
Okay, so duty, on duty, off
On
duty.
duty, off duty.
Are these descriptive words though? Are these adjectives?
Oh,
Are they?
no, there are no adjectives.
Actually, there are. On duty, is an
On
adjective. It is. Because you can, watch out for the dogs. Watch out for the dogs. You can say, I am on duty. That means it's an adjective describing that you're working. So it is an adjective, actually. So Anton, it's good to be on duty, to be off duty. It's not an adjective like dull or lonely, but it is an adjective. Hard would be the adjective to describe the feeling in that sentence. Okay?
okay.
But it works. What you said is good, because it is actually an adjective, and that's what I want. Okay, Ika, what else can we say? We've got dull, lonely, hard, on duty, off duty. What else? What else can a job be? Ika?
Glamorous.
Glamorous. There you go. Glamorous. And what's a glamorous job?
Some special job. What other people are dreaming of.
Yeah, so in this case, he thought that being an astronaut would be glamorous, and he found out it wasn't actually all that glamorous. Although, he looks kind of happy in the first picture, and probably people are taking pictures. Looks kind of glamorous. He's not wearing a diamond ring. He doesn't have. He's not on the MTV Movie Awards or whatever it is, but okay, it's all right. Reasonably glamorous. Okay, let's keep going. Sergio, give us another one.
I like this one. Demanding schedule.
Demanding is a very good one. Absolutely. What else can be demanding besides a schedule?
Schedule demanding procedures.
Procedures can be demanding. Schedules can be demanding. What about bosses? Can they be demanding?
Bosses, yes.
So it could be people, or it could be people or tasks. It can be demanding. Okay, excellent. Who did we miss? Jose, number 1, Sestra. Give us one more.
Stressful.
Stressful. Excellent. Stressful is a major stress in the workplace is a major problem. Okay. What was stressful for this astronaut? What was stressful for him?
Stressful because he works 10 hours per day, lonely.
Right.
It makes stress in the astronaut. And maybe the darkness.
The darkness, yeah. Yeah, he's out in space, and although, how many times do you think he sees the sun per day? Want to guess? How many sunrises do you think he sees per day on the ISS?
I don't know.
What I heard is 6 times per day. They go around the Earth so that he's seeing a sunrise however many hours that is. 6 times per day, because it's the way it's rotating. So it must be a little hard to get used
for
to.
a few minutes.
What's that?
The sunrise is then only for a few minutes. Isn't it?
Well, yeah, because they're going a lot faster, right? So, but I heard that for them, every Earth day is actually 6 space station days. Which means they're getting really old really fast. So we have positive words and we have negative words. Are there any negative words that we've missed? We have stressful, lonely, demanding. I count 1, 2. I think there's 2 that we've missed from the list. 2 negative words we've missed.
Uncomfortable.
Say again?
Uncomfortable.
Without the 4. Take out the 4. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Unfortable, but uncomfortable.
Take out which part?
4. Don't say the 4.
Uncomfortable.
Like this. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Comfortable. Right. That's one, and there's another one too. What's the other missing one, class? Uncomfortable, and there's one more. What kind of tasks do they have to do? What kind of tasks? Tasks.
Varied, quite varied range of tasks. Our tasks are quite varied. Varied.
Varied, yeah, but that was not a negative word. Hold on a second. Maybe I'm crazy. I thought it was with tasks. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Tasks are varied. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't task.
Maintenance.
Yeah, that was it. It was routine. That was it. It wasn't task. It was routine. Routine maintenance. Okay, so in the chat window, I just put our entire list. You can take these words and you can start to formulate your answer to the question, how would you describe your working life? You can start to think about it for tomorrow because that's one of the things you're going to be doing. You can also pick out all the positive words. We had glamorous, we had never dull, but there's a few others that we didn't get to. Okay, so you can review this on your own.
Okay.
In tomorrow's class, you're going to be listening to two people describing their work experience, their working life, and how it compared to their dreams. And then at the end, you're going to have a chance to do that yourself. You're going to have a few more keywords. And then at the very end, you're going to be describing your own job using some of the keywords in the list, and you're welcome to add more of your own, and I'll add them to the class list, okay? So your only homework is to start to think about how you would answer that question, what's your working life like? Think about that for tomorrow. I'll be back at 9 GMT for speaking skills and 10 GMT for this class tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, okay? That's it for now, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye for now, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.